SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flo.
In the headlines, several Cuban trade officials in the state exploring investment and other business opportunities. TNT Health Minister assures citizens the country has enough medical resources to accommodate Venezuelan migrants. French President calls for a world unity at 75th D-Day anniversary. And in sports, Australia fights back to beat West Indies by 15 runs in ICC World Cup match. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flo.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Thursday, June 6, 2019. I am Rochelle Ortiz with the details. Investment and other business opportunities in SVG are being explored by a group of Cuban investors who are currently on their first trade mission to SVG, facilitated by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Today, the Cuban investors held a joint media conference at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, attended by some members of the local private sector. Head of the Cuban trade mission, Jesus Gonzalez, pointed out that they are continuing to improve their trade relations with the Caribbean, which has worked very well in some countries, and is confident the same can be achieved here in SVG.
And in fact, some of the Caribbean countries have the potential to supply into Cuba. We've seen that in Trinidad and Tobago. We've seen that in Guyana. And we obviously will see that here in St. Vincent and some other Caribbean countries. Some tiny countries like St. Lucia, we've been importing, or we started to import some specific sauces of the Caribbean from the Cuban market, which are, by the way, used into the tourist sector in Cuba. 287 products, free access to the Cuban market. So this is of the benefit for the Caribbean, and of course it will be of the benefit for Cuba, because we have to treat our Caribbean brothers as what they are, our brothers.
Cuba's ambassador to SVG, Vilma Valespino, noted the strong relations both countries share over the years and said it is her hope it will be further strengthened with the trade opportunities now being pursued. Minister of Agriculture, Soboto Caesar, said he would like to see increased sharing of skills and expertise by both countries.
We'll be establishing a platform for both sovereign countries to explore. I would like in the not too distant future for us to see persons who are experts in several fields in Cuba to come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the continued exploration and the sharing of technical knowledge. And I would like to also see a fostering of a greater movement of persons from St. Vincent and the Grenadines going to Cuba.
SVG's ambassador to Cuba, Ellsworth John, said over the next few days, a group of Cuban investors are hoping to visit several businesses.
For how we can trade and how we can establish a relationship in a very sustainable way with Cuba going forward. Not for us to just send some produce 1 month and then we don't send for another 6 months, but to come up with a plan for sustainable development of both our regions. We look forward to going to all of the different businesses tomorrow so that we can see their operation. And at the end of it, we will be able to maybe report on what we have been able to achieve. Thank you very much, especially to the media, for being here today.
The president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, will pay an official visit to SVG next week. President Addo will arrive in the state at 9:30 a.m. at the Argyle International Airport on Wednesday, June 12th. The Agency for Public Information (API) said there will be a welcome parade, following which the president will deliver a public lecture at the SVG Community College from 11:15 a.m. Among the scheduled activities for the day will be a special sitting of Parliament at 2:15 p.m. and a press briefing by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves and the Ghana President at Cabinet Room. The visit of the Ghana leader will culminate with a cocktail reception at the official residence of the Prime Minister at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, June 12th. With a change in venue from Calico to Kingston for this year's Fisherman's Day celebration, including the prize-giving ceremony, one businessman decided that he will have his own activities at Calico. Dean Clouden, who is one of two persons managing the privatized Calico fishing complex and also has a food outlet in the area, said that he has the support of the fisherfolk in the Calico area to host their own Fisherman's Day activities on Monday, June 10th, citing Fisherman's Day at Calico as a family fun day and clean compared to Kingstown. Clouden said it is only fair to have a separate event this year, given that the national event will be taking place at Kingstown.
Calico. And even though it has become too big, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to move it to Kingstown. You know, we just have to make it necessary to make it more comfortable for others. I don't see why they should run and move it from Calico and take it to town. I mean, town is a dump. You're talking about, I mean, I've heard the guys on television, Calico's dirty. I mean, Tokyo is a rat haven. You know, when the rain comes, the rats floating, cockroach floating, everything's floating in the water. So it could be more dirty than to take it into town. It's a concrete jungle. Fishing is supposed to be a village thing. It's not a town thing, you know. It's supposed to be a sporting day for families to come out and, you know.
Our news team visited the Calico Fish Complex today, and while most of the fishermen were out at sea, one fisherman said he'd rather not comment on the issue, while the woman who had a stall at Calico last year said she was not too pleased with the experience but preferred to stay out of the melee. Clouden, on the other hand, said that 35 fishermen have already stated their position to take part in their activities at Calico.
Being a part of the fish market, of course, you know that the market has been privatized and has been privatized to myself and Calfico. They're not a part of it, but they're willing to participate in whatever I'm doing. So I have taken it upon myself to host an event for them, and they're quite happy because even without the event, they said they were not going to take part in a fishing competition in town. They have not been given a fair deal over the years, in that what they find is that the fishermen from town has been pooling together, taking a lot of fish maybe from 1-2 boats and put in one boat to win the prize. And so with their decision, we decided to have our own thing in Calico. We're not putting restrictions on any vendor at all who wants to come and sell food. It's a big fun day, bring your kids, run up and down the park, and we're going to be giving a prize to the person that has the best tasting fish dish, that is, of $250. Just to taste any fish, and it tastes good, you win $250 like that. Other than that, we're going to be having bouncing castles, face painting. We're going to have the filleting of fish, the quickest person to fillet a dolphin, maybe 5-6 of them. We're also going to be giving a prize to that as well.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Fisherman's Day Committee 2019, Raul Lewis, said he is not pleased with the turn of events, but noted that a high number of fishermen are in support of Fisherman's Day activities being held in Kingstown.
I'm not happy about it, but I know and I have the feeling it's for personal reasons why this is happening. Okay, we don't have 35. I don't think we have 35 boats from Calico alone that is entering the competition. question. Is the minorities from Calico. The majority is from Kingston down to Camden Park and so on, Clay Valley and so on. That's false information. But so far, we have nothing going on in Calico. Everything will be held in town. There's no changes that make. The whole ceremony and everything would be in Kingston. It's just two guys. It's just a few guys who's trying to boycott it, and we're not standing up for it.
The annual Fisherman's Day competition on Monday, June 10th, is expected to get started at 4 p.m. and fishermen are expected to bring in their catch by 4 p.m. This year's activities are being held under the theme, Climate Change Affects the Ocean, Fish Responsibly to Sustain the Industry, and the slogan, We Fish It, You Dish It. In other news, in celebration of the 32nd anniversary of the National Society for Persons with Disabilities, a special church service was held at the Kingston Seventh-day Adventist Church yesterday. Minister of National Mobilization, Frederick Stevenson, who was in attendance and delivered remarks, said that the ministry has been working with the National Society for Persons with Disabilities for years, ensuring that necessary policies are in place to improve the lives of persons with disabilities in SVG. Minister Stevenson said the ministry is currently working with an overseas-based advisor to develop a new policy for persons with disabilities, and discussions will be held with members of the society for their input. He said that the ministry not only wants to give persons with disabilities handouts, but to give them a hand to live their life as normal as possible.
I know a young lady who, when I became minister, she was at a girls' high school. We ensured that she got access to the classroom. And when she went to the college also, we ensured that she also got access to a classroom. And today, still being at home unemployed, she's done her university degree. But we have to look out for that person. We have to ensure that she is given a suitable job as soon as possible to help with the repayment of a student loan. So the government will continue to do all in its power to assist, again, persons with disabilities here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As usual, you would always have the support of the Ministry of National Mobilization. You would have the support of this Minister, Frederick Stevenson, who understands what persons with disabilities go through, and who have had a sister for over 25 years who had a disability as well. So I know, I feel your pain, I see your joy. When you're paining, I pain. When you're happy, I'm happy.
Minister Stevenson said that over the years it has been very difficult for persons with disabilities to visit his office because of its location. However, this will soon change as his office will be relocated where it will be easier for them to access.
It's a little challenging for persons with disabilities to access, I always say, to access the office of the minister, because I am in a 3-story building and it doesn't have an elevator or escalator to bring persons up, so sometimes I have to come and meet you where you are. But all that will change a little later on, because the income tax and revenue department is moving out from that building just across the street, and the Ministry of National Mobilization will be retrofitted in that building, and that building is a fairly flat building, and all the persons with disabilities in whatever field of disability would be able to access the building there, because it already has the ramps and it is flat, and you can wheel yourself inside, you can walk with your walkers inside, you'd have the rails for persons who are visually impaired, and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to make it very comfortable and accessible to you, the persons with disabilities here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Healthcare professionals and individuals involved in the care of the elderly got the opportunity today to learn more about the disease known as dementia. This through a behavioral approach to dementia workshop hosted by Allied Healthcare Services in collaboration with the Global Senior Care Institute. The workshop was designed to sensitize the public on the many types of dementia and the behaviors associated with the disease. According to medical journals, dementia is not a specific disease but an overall term used to describe a group of symptoms associated with the decline in memory or thinking skills severe enough to reduce a person's ability to perform everyday tasks. CEO of Allied Healthcare Services, Sherry Sargent, said the workshop sought to help to debunk myths associated with dementia as well as to provide guidance to those who need it.
And I believe that this is something that is really, really necessary in St. Vincent. It is actually overdue. The reason why I believe that it is so important that Vincentians become aware and sensitized about dementia, it's because of the misconceptions that we have. We believe, and we have believed this for a long time, that dementia is something that you have to get as you age. We believe that it is a natural progression of age, and one of the purpose of this workshop is really to debunk that myth. Also, we believe that there is a lot of persons in St. Vincent who take care of their loved ones on their own. There is a lot of caregivers who are struggling, and they are basically more or less shooting in the dark. So with this workshop now, you have idea of what is happening, the progression of dementias, what is happening, and it gives you hands-on activities and teaching and how to take care of the elderly. So I believe that this is something that is really necessary.
Geriatric consultant with the Global Senior Care Institute, Simone Blackwood, said there are a lot of behavioral issues associated with dementia which many caregivers fear, and the workshop was to share knowledge with these persons so that they can be better informed.
I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to share with the participants, the psychologists, and I hope for a really interactive session, and we hope that the takeaway will be so great that it will impact the communities and impact persons as well. So there are a lot of emotions that accompany a dementia diagnosis. We look at anxiety, we look at anger, we look at aggression, and all of this is behavioral issues. So what we find, persons are sometimes scared of dementia patients because of their anger and their aggression, and because of their acting out. And persons are not really equipped to deal with that particular type of emotion. And so this is where this workshop is key. It is essential to understand the behavioral management and different therapeutic interventions you can use to work along with the dementia patient and their family.
Psychologist Patrice Jones said participants at the workshop were introduced to unique therapeutic techniques which they can use as part of the care they provide for persons suffering with dementia.
Okay, so another part of the workshop, we're going to tackle some of the therapeutic activities, right? We're going to look at play therapy, which is something very unique. The Caribbean does not have a lot of play therapists, right? So we're going to introduce them to some of the techniques that they can use towards some of the behaviors you would see coming out of dementia, like agitation, wandering, when they're just rummaging through stuff, right? So we're really going to we're going to focus on the individual, and we're going to teach them about the illness itself, the disease, dementia, and we're going to pair what they know about the illness and what they know about the therapeutic activities to design care plans so that they can use it in their own setting right here in St. Vincent.
Adelphi Secondary wins this year's ECGC Schools Baking Competition. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life, that doesn't make it any easier. When dealing with the loss of a loved one, you may try to be strong, but it's really hard sometimes. But that's just when the experience of the staff at New Haven Funeral Home can demonstrate their compassion and help to guide your family through the difficult time. So in your time of loss, call the New Haven Funeral Home at 457-1830 or 458-1467 or email newhavenfuneralhome@gmail.com. New Haven Funeral Home, SVG's preferred funeral home.
Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Sale, sale, sale! It's Island Style Interiors hotly anticipated annual Carnival clearance sale. Building or renovating while others fret. Come get some of our best deals yet. Massive savings on tiles to be had with discounts of 15 to 35% off on overstocked or clearance ceramic and porcelain tiles. Plus, buy all we have in low stock model and watch your discounts skyrocket with a huge 50% off. Sale starts now and goes up until Carnival Saturday. Call 457 Tile or visit us in the Adams Brothers Building, Ellisvale.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to rent for functions, secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal, convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal, the cruise ship terminal.
Hi, I'm Jillian Cruikshank, your hypnotic driver, inviting you to come make some magic with the entire magic team at the Signature Restaurant and Lounge on June 8th. Come, let's have some fun and celebrate and make some magic.
Oh yeah. 我们之间的爱情编织出天涯，看时间并肩在一起，却不同的步伐，同样的心门一直不断来回的穿插，是不是爱在变化，渐渐风化？
Welcome back. Romaldo Rogers, a student of the Adelphi Secondary School, took home the top honors in this year's ECGC School Speaking Competition. Several secondary and technical level institutions from across the country took part in this year's competition, competing in 3 categories. Rogers secured the top spot in the flower category and 3rd place in the rice category. Shamika John of the Camden Park Technical Institute secured the second place overall position, while Donicia Stevens of the Barley Technical Institute and Nikron Andrews of the Georgetown Secondary School shared the third place position. Nikron Andrews of the Georgetown Secondary secured second place in the rice category, while Jadisha Hall of the Dr. J.P. Yusuf Secondary secured the third spot in the flower category. Speaking at the prize-giving ceremony this evening, Senior Education Officer Endel Johnson thanked ECGC for its initiative to highlight the baking skills of the youth. He said there are a number of students from SVG who are studying culinary arts overseas and encouraged those who would like to do the same to remain focused.
So ECGC is giving you a start by sponsoring this program to bring out from you your skills that you thought some time ago that you didn't have. It was in you, and this competition has brought it forth to the forefront that others can see, and then you become recognized. I'm asking you now not to slight this opportunity, and the Ministry of Education will continue to rally with you, the students, to make sure you reach your fullest potential.
Johnson also thanked their teachers for their continued commitment to the development of their students.
Many times the work of our teachers go unnoticed. But to prepare our participants today, it takes a lot of work. And I know of teachers who would have spent time way beyond their daily duty, a day's work. I remember one teacher told me sometime last week that she left school 8:30, working with the home ec students. We must recognize your effort. And I'm happy to know that we still have dedicated teachers in the service.
Marketing manager at ECGC, Rachel Haslam, said the competition gives the company an opportunity to give back to the community. Haslam took the opportunity to encourage the students to keep up their good work.
Tourism is growing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hotels, if you all read the papers, you would see pretty regularly there's a hotel in St. Vincent and the Grenadines looking for a chef, looking for a bartender with skills. So you're on the right track to ensuring that you will be employed, and it's one of those beautiful things where once you are a good baker, a good cook, good chef, good bartender, your products sell themselves. You probably don't even have to bother advertising. You know, your products sell themselves. So remember that. And I do salute you all, and I wish you all the very best in your pursuit of these subjects.
Carnival Beat is coming right up. Stay with us.
All right.
In Carnival Beat this evening, we heard that the Lynx Mass Band is stepping up its mass production this year with an additional section. Moving from 5 sections to 6 this year, the Lynx Mass Band will present Come Fly With Me with the costume designs as aircrafts. Band leader Cornelius Thomas said that he is happy with what is being presented this year, and it will be another high-quality production.
This year we've stepped up one up the notch. We're doing 6 sections. We have 2 children's sections and 4 adult sections. The children's section is Liat on Air Canada, and the adult section is Sunwings, Emirates, JetBlue, and American Airlines. We're catering for like 250 masqueraders to 300, and we hoping to do fairly great this year because last year we placed third for the Band of the Year competition. We had one best junior section last year, that's for the children. What I'm hoping to achieve this year is better than last year because last year, as I say, we placed third, and this year is up the ladder we want to climb. And we also won King of the Band competition, which the designer for that costume is, they know him as the Giddy, but he is a lockout from over in the just area in Kingston, so not too far, but he's a local designer and he is very good.
Thomas said it was financially challenging to get this year's production together. However, they are grateful for what little they have received from their sponsors.
And in this well, actually, you know, financially there's be a little challenging, but you know, I normally, whatever I get, I make it do. I just try the best and see how I could maneuver everything and get production going. Just like to thank all my sponsors, you know, all who help, whether it's big or small. I can't do it without them, and my workers. And a special thanks to GNT Enterprises for sure. And you know, I just keep on going and everything be good, and we are a safe and incident-free carnival for 2019. I wish all the mass band the best. All the components is for carnival as well. You know, that we keep the festival alive and keep doing what we love.
Encouraging revelers to keep Vincy Mass 2019 violent-free. Thomas said one way they can do so is to join a mass band and participate in Clean Fun.
Yes, viewers out there, this is Links, as I said, and our presentation this year is Come Fly With, and we have a price for Fit the Pocket. We have adults range from, well, our adults is straight across the board $450, and children is $150. So I'm asking you, the price is very good, and still, you know, we can accommodate you if your pocket is still a little, you know, we could even get a little discount still. So come on out, it's Links Mass Band. We're located in Sand Hill, right at the supermarket, GNT supermarket compound there. Very easy to find.
Alright.
That was Carnival Beat and the end of the local segment of our news. Trinidad and Tobago's health minister assures citizens that the country has enough medical resources to accommodate Venezuelan migrants. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was the local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, drink today. Juicy, same great taste. Juicy, the original drink. It's a Vincy thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vincy thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vincy thing. Juicy.
Hello. What is going on? Hello. No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my god, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnisville. Call 453-9000.
A new name in pharmaceuticals has come to SVG, and that name is Q-Care. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality. Q-Care Pharmaceuticals is located uptown Kingstown on Halifax Street in the Gecko Building, right opposite the General Post Office. Q-Care opens Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays until 1:30 p.m. We fill your prescriptions promptly. We invite you to come in and experience the new standard in pharmaceuticals. Q-Care, where the Q always stands for quality.
Pete is a perfectionist and a profound performer who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by picking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep On It mattress from Quartz.
Good day, folks. Remember, June 8th, the place is Signature Restaurant and Lounge. Look now, I am pumped and ready for that time. I am looking forward to destroying all of my competitors. So I'm looking forward to you coming out to support your morning host, Ari, from 6 to 10. You know how I roll in. So come out June 8th at Signature Restaurant and Lounge. Morris Hahn, Portia, Jillian, I'm mashing all you up. Who's in Signature?
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited and Digicel SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Hello?
Hello? What is going on? Hello?
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my god, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we heard that Trinidad and Tobago's Health Minister, Terence Delosing, is confident Trinidad and Tobago has enough medical resources to accommodate the migrant population. During a media conference at the Ministry of Health yesterday, the minister once again said the healthcare would be made available to Venezuelan migrants. We hear more in the CNC3 news report.
Minister of Health Terence Delosing says access to healthcare for Venezuelan migrants is an issue the ministry is prepared for.
We have been dealing with this since last year and the year before. So the resources are there, but the best way to fight this with measles is to get your local population immunized. So if you have a threat of an imported case, it does not spread to your local population.
He says doing so would also be in the best interest of the public to ensure that any communicable diseases would not be easily spread.
I have said very clearly and openly that we will be providing all migrants with communicable diseases free health care. For instance, measles, we are doing that right now as we speak. They are getting that free. Malaria treatment, they will be getting that free. If there's a need for HIV treatment, they will be getting that free.
The minister gave these assurances while addressing a media conference which focused on the upcoming CARFA Health Research Conference, which is to be held later this month.
The opposition People's National Party in Jamaica has expressed concern that not enough is being done by the government to address crime. According to the opposition spokesman on national security, Fitz Jackson, more monies are needed for social programs to reduce crime in the country.
Mayhem and frustration across sections of the island as gunmen continue to wreak havoc. It has left many questioning, is the government doing enough to deal with the crime situation? Despite various meetings with a number of organizations, the results are not evident. The government in 2017 instituted a state of emergency in St. James, which resulted in a decline in murders. However, months after the SOE was lifted in January, murders increased again, leading to the reimposition of the SOE in April. But the opposition spokesman on national security, Fitz Jackson, says the SOE and other security measures are just band-aid solutions. He says the permanent fix is social intervention.
Look at the level of crime reduction in the central Kingston area with the PMI. 70% reduction. No state of emergency. But that 70% reduction never took place in one budgetary item allocation. It never took place in any 3-month state of emergency in there. And that's what makes it sustainable. So we have the proof. We just need to organize and mobilize towards it and to implement it.
Mr. Jackson says if the country is to move forward in tackling the issue, bipartisan support, including passing of legislation, is needed.
The Americans talk about it all the time. Compromise. That's the art of effective government. But there's a mentality by this Prime Minister that we will improve so we can do it, and you just try to do it alone. And you see how the result witness. But there's a kind of one-upmanship that is standing in the way. Look at this crime forum. Private sector group, church group, everybody group are asked for. And the Prime Minister refused to even get everybody at the table for over 1 year. Know why? That kind of immature, self-centered kind of approach is not in Jamaica's interest.
That was our news from the region. French president calls for world unity at 75th D-Day anniversary. The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited and Digicel SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Hello? Hello? What is going on? Hello?
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my God, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Sing a busy family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances. TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Because we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Hey, what's up, SVG? This is your girl, Miss Portia, and I'm telling you to come on out to Signature Restaurant and Lounge on the 8th of June, 7 p.m. sharp. If you want to see me put Morris Horn to rest, put Arrington on retirement, and run Jill out of town, you need to be at Signature Bar, 7 p.m. sharp. Hey, you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a show of a lifetime.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
Let's go further afield now. The president of France is calling for global unity while praising multilateral organizations such as NATO and the European Union. Emmanuel Macron has been speaking at ceremonies to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the D-Day landings on the beaches of Normandy. We hear more in this report.
They met American D-Day veterans. Emmanuel Macron and Donald Trump put aside their political differences. The presidents of France and the United States paid tribute to American troops 75 years after Allied soldiers landed in Normandy to help liberate France and Europe from Nazi powers. Trump often injects personal politics into diplomatic occasions. This time he avoided controversy.
On this day, 75 years ago, 10,000 men shed their blood and thousands sacrificed their lives for their brothers, for their countries, and for the survival of liberty.
On June 6, 1944, American, Canadian, British and French troops were joined by those from other nations, including Poland and South Africa, an enduring symbol of international cooperation in the face of nationalism. Macron praised international alliances. His multilateralism has put him at odds with Trump and his America First policy.
Nous ne devons jamais cesser de faire vivre.
We must never allow the alliance of free peoples to die. That's what the victors did as soon as Germany and Japan capitulated when they created the United Nations. It's what the United States did when they created NATO. It's what European leaders did a few years later when they created the European Union. We must refine the meaning of the promise of Normandy.
75 years ago, the Franco-American alliance was so strong that the United States sent thousands of young soldiers to fight and die for France. That relationship today is fragile as disagreements between Macron and Trump mount. At talks after the ceremony, the gulf between the two leaders was apparent, with little common ground on Iran, trade or climate change. Some veterans who fought for peace so long ago say they're worried about the future.
It's a funny old world we live in today. Some things are good and others aren't so good, but there we are. We can't choose and pick and choose exactly what's happening in the world.
After World War II, nations pledged never to allow political divisions to lead to conflict again, a promise being tested by growing diplomatic differences.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents, and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carez Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is cloudy and hazy, winds northeast at 4 kilometers per hour, temperature is 26.1 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 92%. The barometric pressure is 1013.4 millibars, 24-hour rainfall 6.6 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature is 28.1 degrees Celsius, today's minimum temperature is 23.4 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:29 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:37 a.m. The forecast, it is partly cloudy and slightly hazy with a few scattered showers. The synopsis, a tropical wave is approaching the region.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that Australia recovered from an awful start to beat West Indies by 15 runs in a thrilling World Cup encounter at Trent Bridge, Nottingham. The ferocious West Indies pace attack reduced the defending champions to 38 for 4 and 79 for 5. Australia held together by Steve Smith, who made 73 and was only dismissed by an incredible boundary catch by Sheldon Cottrell. By the time Smith was out, Nathan Cottrell-Neal, batting at number 8, had already begun his power hitting in 60 ball 92 that lifted Australia to 288 all out. After Chris Gayle threatened to thrill in his 21st when West Indies were anchored by Shai Hope's 68, the chase was ultimately left to captain Jason Holder, but both he and Carlos Brathwaite fell in the same over from Michael Stark, who 5 for 36 helped restrict the West Indies to 273 for 9. Here are some highlights from the second innings.
Edge and taken. He bowls a good length. And his bat's ready to meet that ball. That's the Chris Gayle we know. That's worth a shout. And what does he do here, Chris Gayle? Yeah, stays raised on this occasion. And again.
Unfortunate. It was a good effort.
Fielder's way too square, but it doesn't matter. Oh, in the air. Oh, good catch. Oh, again, he gets it in front. It's 4. This is very, very exciting. And now 50. The West Indies number 3. Mix up. Oh, terrible mix up out of nothing. Talk about buy a wicket. Doesn't matter if it's a run out. They'll take it, the Aussies.
Oh, there's a fielder there. That is the very last thing the West Indies wanted.
Well, there's the first one. And away. It's more than away.
It's gone a long, long way.
Australia now join New Zealand on 2 wins from 2 matches and move on to play Pakistan on Wednesday. West Indies, with 1 win and 1 defeat, takes on South Africa on Monday. Kawhi Leonard scored 30 points as the Toronto Raptors beat reigning champions, the Golden State Warriors, 123-109 last night to take a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Steph Curry's playoff career high 47 points was not enough for the depleted Warriors, who are without the injured Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Game 3 in the best of 7 final series.
Curry, corner 3, it's good! Curry glides inside and lays it up. It has been a roller coaster third quarter. Lowry against Jordan Bell. Gets into the paint against him, blocked by Bell. Ball knocked loose, and Leonard able to save it. Danny Green for 3. Bang! Danny Green does it again! Van Vliet to Ibaka, blocked by Bell. Here's Cook ahead of the pack, 1 man to beat. Gets inside, blocked by Danny Green. Draymond Green, a 3-pointer, and he nails it. Curry steps back, not that time. And as much as Curry has roasted Toronto, it's the Raptors as Draymond Green drove.
The Warriors are attempting to win for the 3rd season in a row, while the Raptors are in their first ever finals. Game 4 of the best of 7 series is on Saturday in Oakland, California. Exceed Sports Club defeated SVG General Services Maple 30 goals to 24 in the Joyce Frank 3rd Division Knockout Finals at the Kingston Netball Center in yesterday's game of the Flow National Netball Tournament. The tournament will close on Saturday with the national male team clashing with the female national team from 4:30 p.m. at the Kingston Netball Center. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stars Pharmacy, Massey Stars Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Enter.
Sultana Alia.
Speak.
It is your humble servant, Chef Abdallah.
Kifek.
Please tell me what to prepare for the people.
Chef Abdallah, whatever you prepare for the Sultan, prepare for my people.
The Sultan Restaurant, serving up the best in local cuisine. Your own custom roti station and pizza station. Delicious kebabs, chicken shawarma wraps, hamburgers designed just the way you like it. Vegetarian, no problem. We got you covered too. Just in case you love to eat, come and test our buffet. Available every single day. Hosting an event and need personalized catering? Let the Sultan come to you. The Sultan Restaurant. Eat like a sultan.
The Brighton Methodist Church presents a Whitsuntide experience involving dance, modeling, and IT on Saturday, June 8, 2019 at the Methodist Church Hall beginning at 3 p.m. Come and be entertained by 2 of the top steel pan soloists in SVG, Kingsley Hero Roberts and Saeed Bowman. Dancers from the La Gracia Dance Company, modeling by the Brighton Methodist and La Gracia Youth, and a scrumptious tea. Seated tickets are $50, takeaways $40, and make sure you get a memento for posterity. You can have your photo taken before you leave for $5 or $10. It's hats, heels, and IT. Saturday, June 8th. Proceeds go towards furnishing the new Brighton Methodist Chapel.
Harry can't seem to catch a wink and is craving a catnap. Meanwhile, Mary marvels at the majesty of her Monday morning, masterfully making multiple meals for many miners, mindfully making the most of every moment, making ready to move mountains and mustering the masses to march out the door on time. Concurrently, Carrie clumsily corrals the kids to carry on to class as Mary muses on memories of purchasing her marvelous mattress. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep On It mattress from Quartz.
Welcome back. In more sporting news now, we heard that Maracor defeated Bayabo 3-1 yesterday afternoon in their Group B match of the High-Round All-Windward Community Football League at the Canaan playing field. Orlando Trimmingham converted the third goal for Maracor, while Jaden Jacob scored for Bayabo. Registration to this year's National Table Tennis Championships will close on July 8. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Table Tennis Association says that the championships will be played from the 12th to the 18th of July at the West St. George Secondary School. There will be competition in the pre-cadets, cadets juniors, open singles, and team championships. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
If you're HIV positive or have an STI, having unprotected sex with multiple partners puts them in grave danger. You'll expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
Pete is a perfectionist and a profound performer who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by pecking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep-On-It mattress from Quartz.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
A funeral is considered as the last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family, and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing, and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern, and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Several Cuban trade officials in the state exploring investment and other business opportunities. TNT Health Minister assures citizens the country has enough medical resources to accommodate Venezuelan migrants. French President calls for world unity at 75th D-Day anniversary. And then sports, Australia fights back to beat West Indies by 15 runs in ICC World Cup. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Baptiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News and 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Let's face it, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes things go wrong. And sometimes things break. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, Gibson's Building Supplies has what you need. So it doesn't matter if it's heavy hardware or light hardware, we've got it all. So whether you can or you can't, we've got something you need. So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Courts, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.